Hello and welcome to your reading. So, I do have my notes right here, the story you told me, your name down. We have the life path reading outline. So, this reading will be how I do my readings. I like to tune into your energy first, kind of get a bit of info of how you feel to me, and see what kind of energetic level you are on right now. So what is your soul going through, right? And all of those things. Throughout the reading, I'm going to be stopping. It's going to take me time to truly tune in to your energies. And sometimes it might be boring when I'm shuffling, laying cards out. So please be patient with me. I'm also going to be channeling a bit prior to the reading. So I'm going to see what it is that I am feeling or seeing, or whatever really will be coming through in your case, because every reading is different depending on the person. I'm going to use a bit of a lavender oil, and let's see. Okay, let me put it up there so it's right in front of me. We're going to start with the Rebecca Campbell's decks. Now, I must say, these are the only decks that I tend to read from the book. Why? Because the descriptions are just beautiful. I like the way she puts words together. I do interpret the cards that I feel I don't need to read about. So we're going to see what will be coming through, okay, in your case. So I want to start with this one. Alright. What vibration are you on right now? What vibration are you on right now? I feel like you are soaking in quite a lot from up there. What I mean from up there, from the source itself. I'm going to change the light a bit to warmer. So you might have gone through, a bit of an intense period. I kind of want to take a look at that time and see what you were going through energetically. Yeah, there was a time of surrendering for you where you have to just allow to go through that massive shift, and you took a chance to change some things up big time in your life. As we can see here, I'm tuning into your past energy. I don't know why I've been drawn to that. We have Fall Into My Arms. So this card represents a person who is allowing themselves to be almost like held by what it is that is happening around. They kind of let themselves go and they allow everything to pan out the way it has to be. And the Jump In card is when you decide to do something to make a drastic or a big influential change in your life. Right? Jumping in to the change. Now let's put these together. I want to focus on, actually there's one more card. Bear with me. One more card about the past energy. One more. Yeah, it seems like the choices you have been making regarding your past, you made it in order to stay true and authentic to yourself. What's working for you, what's not working anymore, I'm not dimming my light in order to fit into a situation that I don't feel like it's going anywhere. So that's a really good shift that I'm seeing here. Let's take a look at how you're feeling energetically right now. I paid attention to that card, so we're going to put it on the side. Yeah, you're going through quite a healing phase right now, and I'm paying attention to your heart chakra in both of these cards. Your heart chakra needs a little bit of attention, and I think that's something that you recognize. So if you wanted to meditate, if you wanted to just do something, what works the best for me, it's not only meditation, I'd say, when it comes to heart chakra, but doing something for yourself, because the love that you have for yourself is gonna actually shine through to other people. So for me, this would be the best way if you want to work on your heart chakra. Do something nice for yourself. It can be as simple as having some kind of beauty routine in the morning, while having your tea or coffee. So those little things that really matter, right? That really make a change in your everyday life. Your current energy, please. Wow. And now we have the Fall Into My Arms coming up again. So we talked about this card, you know, you are still surrendering, I think, to the change itself. You might energetically feel that there has been quite a big shift that has happened, and I wouldn't be surprised if you are pulled towards to self-care a bit more. And it's to do with, you know, what kind of people you want to be surrounded with, what you envision for yourself in the future, and all of those things. Okay. I'm gonna pull also from the Triple Goddess Tarot. All right, let's see. Yeah, you are ready to. You're ready for a fresh start. I don't think you are ready just yet, but you're gonna be in the future. What I mean by the fresh start, almost like rejuvenating yourself and cleansing anything that was kind of dragging, you know, energetically next to you. So it can be connections, it can be the things that you used to do. You're going to be changing things up. That would be quite beneficial for you here. Little things, like I said to you before. And speaking your truth, you are quite analytical, I'm seeing here, and you're paying attention to details. So this is actually a confirmation saying keep on doing that. See, if you look at the at this queen over here, her mask is on the floor. She's like, that's what I have to say, that's who I am, that is my truest authentic self. That's something that we talked about in the intro before. Right, so this is good. This is almost like you are analyzing your life, you know, how much it has changed, and you know that the fresh start is on the horizon, but not just yet, you know. Right now is that healing phase for yourself still, and don't rush into it, you know. Don't rush to feel, you know, full content. It's a journey. It's a journey, and you can actually make it nice and fun for yourself, you know. Yeah, right now is a time not. This is very nice the way it's connected. I've asked questions, you know, what to focus on. And your focus should be on seeing the opportunities and seeing what it is that is still waiting for you. But in order for you to see that, it's a bit like represented in this card. In order for you to find something new and a new way of being, this is saying, if this lady stood up, you know, she only knows about this cup that she has. If she stood up, she'd be able to see 3 more. So what change needs to happen in routine, in the way you wear and the way you will be, in order for you to discover those new opportunities, the new way of being? 4 of Cups is about feeling a little bit meh, you know. But if this woman wanted to kind of change things up, she would make something do something that changes that vibration. So that would be, for example, if you're not feeling content, or if you're feeling a bit lonely, right? Because she's alone here. If you feel quite lonely, this is saying you don't have to keep, you know, doing the same thing all over again, or think the same thoughts, because that might be, you know, putting you in this energy of conflict, internal conflict. And that's saying, okay, acknowledge what it is that is making you feel that way. I feel like this is more so something that you maybe even have learned, because very quickly we have one energy and then we bam going into the Empress and Ten of Cups energy. So where you're going towards to here, it's saying again that self-care that I talked about. Look at that Empress. She's dressed well, she's content. She's pregnant with ideas, what she wants to do next, how she wants to live, right? And your focus right now, this is saying again, self-care with the Empress. She is very caring about herself, but because she's caring about herself, she has a lot to give to people around her. Right? So you have a lot of those cups to give to the loved ones, this is saying here. So it's all about love and heart space right now, but it starts from you, this is saying. You have to give it to yourself before you can give it to someone else. And this is something I'm pretty sure that you've heard before, but this is literally what I'm seeing here in this reading for you. It's all about cups, heart space, heart space, heart space, okay? All right. Let's talk about your energy cards, shall we? Let me see which ones I want to read for you. We might touch on all of them. We'll see. I'm going to start with Deep Cellular Healing card because I feel like it ties in very nicely with the tarot here. It says, your body knows how to heal. Healing is your natural state. Physical and emotional disharmony can be a reflection of how the world, inner and outer, has been out of alignment. If you are suffering from a mystery of chronic illness, don't allow yourself to think you have done something wrong. Today is difficult to navigate our health. If this card has made its way to you, you are being called to focus on your healing in practical ways, to prioritize your health, to be kind and tender to your miraculous body, to give yourself the grounding and care you need, to put your body first, to nourish yourself as you would a newborn baby, to treat yourself with tender care. You may be called to switch things up with your body or your emotional well-being. So it's summing up very nicely what we touched on, right? It says call in a team of helpers to support you in navigating any challenges you may be experiencing emotionally. The Arcturians, so there's going to be a bit of a description here. Arcturians are a galactic group of beings who have mastered deep cellular and emotional healing. They want you to know that it's possible to feel vibrant in your body and well in your skin, to have your cells return to effervescence and vitality, to find calmness and contentedness, to have a soothed nervous system and a tranquil heart. So there, at the end of this card, and every card, there is a bit of that, activation speech, if we can call it that way, almost like if you wanted to really, use those words, you can. I don't usually show it to people, but I think maybe you would want to look this up. So if you want to stop it here, print screen it for yourself, that's where it is. Now, from then on, we're going to look into the child of a cosmos here. There's a lot of children references here as well as in tarot. It's not only about children as kids, but also this is saying bring your inner child out to play. Care for your inner child, right? Which is your inner happiness. Children are curious, children are playful, right? It's not about being childish, but it's about bringing that inner light out, Let's talk about the child of the cosmos. It says, there is a mysterious force that governs all of life, an intelligence that tells flowers when to bloom and the tides and seasons when to come and go. That intelligence is within you too. It was there before you drew your first breath, and it will be there well beyond your last. It's the part of you that informed every cell, and again, we're talking about cells here, even if it's a different card, right? So it's telling me that you're going through not only emotional healing right now and finding this balance in yourself, but also there is some kind of physical aspect to it where you might be drawn to maybe eating differently or exercising or caring for your body more, right? And remember, your emotions impact how your body feels. That has a very close reference, right? Very close connection there. It says, it's the part of you that informed every cell what to do when you were in your mother's womb. It's harder to resist this force than it is to surrender to it. Because Earth is a planet of polarity and free will, it's easy to forget that this intelligence exists within us. So often we become disconnected from this pulse of life and fall into the pattern of believing that we are separate or feeling that we need to do it alone. We can feel isolated. See, there's a hint of isolation here. And as if we need to figure things out for ourselves, to rely on our own strength. You are being called to remember the intelligence that's within each and every one of your cells, to remember that you are a precious child of a loving, gentle universe, that you have access to all the intelligence, wisdom, strength, flow, and qualities that ever were, are, or will be. This is very self-empowering spread, I must say. It's almost like giving you a pat on the back, saying, hey, like, well done, you're doing great. If you feel like you're isolated or in solitude, or if you can't find strength sometimes, remember that it's within your reach. It says that you have access to all the intelligence, wisdom, strength, flow, and qualities that ever were, are, or will be. And to remember that if flowers know exactly when and how to bloom, then you do too. Really like this spread. It's very connected for you, every single card. Also with tarot. Now, I want to talk about share your voice. I think this is more so about the future energy you will be on, but I think you're touching on it already. There's a bit of that ancient wisdom to you, like in all of us, right? But for you, it seems like you are getting a grasp of it. So maybe through meditations, through spirituality, you recognizing what it is that you have in you and how you can use it for your own betterment. Now, don't be surprised if you are going to feel a little bit differently when speaking to other people. The way you express your words might be a bit different. You are going to want to share what it is that you have to say, right? So, for example, if you just had regular conversations with people, now those conversations might be a bit deeper because they have acknowledged that ancient wisdom in you, because your soul has gone through different lifetimes and you're unlocking bits and pieces from it, and you're like, okay, now I know what it is. I know how to fix this and that, and I know how to trust, because every single step that I'm taking, it's taking me places where I have to be. Okay, let's touch on it very briefly. I don't think I want to read the whole cards for you here. It says, you are being called to share your voice, perhaps by speaking up in a relationship or through writing, speaking, singing, or some other form of creative expression. And then it says towards the end, there has never been a better time in history than right now to raise up, speak your truth, and share your soul's voice. Do you remember that Queen of Swords that I showed you there with a mask off? That's exactly what she does. It says, if you feel fearful, know that you are not alone and that the world needs your unique tone in order to harmonize. As we each rise up and share our song, we make it easier for the next person to do the same. So a nice intro, I must say. Let's continue with your read. If we're gonna get cut off, this happens in my readings due to energies, because the energies can influence tech very easily. It's completely normal. It doesn't distract me, don't worry. So now let's take a look at other things. I want to take a look at your spirit animal as of right now. What animal is next to you? What animal has a message for you as well? So let's look at that. Now, when it comes to spirit animals, I don't hold all the meanings of them in my head. So what I do, I ask you to look the animal up. Now, people think that, some people think that we have only one spirit animal throughout life. That is not the case. It's almost like spirit guides. They choose us as a certain time when we need their energy. So same goes for spirit animals too, okay? What spirit animal is with you right now? What spirit animal is with you right now? Interesting. I'm already seeing a bit of connection to that inner child of yours that we talked about. What message does your spirit animal have for you right now? Okay. What message does your spirit animal have for you right now? Number 7 might be important to you. Okay, so the spirit animal that you have is quite an interesting one. We have panda, and pandas, when I look at pandas, they remind me of, of children playing all the time. They like to roll, around, they like to fall. They're very careless, but they're very smart animals, right? So I'd say look up the spiritual meaning, a meaning of panda as a spirit animal. There is going to be a message for you there. I would read the whole thing out, but you're going to see how some of the sentences stand out to you the most, almost highlighted, and you're going to be like, yes, that is exactly what I needed, and I understand what kind of power this animal holds, right? Number 7 is important. Now, your spirit animal is telling you that you need to communicate a bit more logically and choose intellect over emotions when making decisions. And one more thing, what I'm seeing here, it's right now is a planning stage. Right now, this is saying you're in the state of planning things out, seeing what it is that you want to do. It's meditation planning stage right now. And your spirit animal goes, there is a need for you to believe in yourself and do not let anyone else take away your personal power. Trust in your inner guidance, and that is true, and follow it completely. So it's a reference to not giving yourself away to connections, this is saying. And when you need to communicate, this is saying be very assertive. That's exactly what I want to do, and that's what I need. Right now is the time of patience, this is saying, okay? Okay. Anything else? Anything else? Yeah, it's all about very straightforward communication. Again, we have the second card that talks about clear communication, being objective and unemotional, and a need for you to act if you feel like you're dealing with professional people or someone maybe at work or whatever that would be. It's saying it's a time to communicate professionally too when it comes to the career endeavors. If you will need an advice, would it be, some kind of career advice? It's saying seek out for an experienced professional. You can find it, but I think it's more so connected to the future. And we have the 9 of Autumn, which is the 9 of Pentacles in the regular deck, and this is a card of independence. Right now is a time to plan things out for yourself, to truly think things through, but not stress yourself about it, It's more so like a Zen mode, where you're like, I want to be more independent. I want to feel like I have this and that for myself, How can I do it? And again, it doesn't have to be a big deal like you creating an empire, right? It comes through in little things. What does independence mean to you, right? Okay, let's move on. Let's take a look at what your current surroundings and people around you are teaching you. Okay, what are you being taught? What are you being taught right now? Wow, you're being taught structure. This is nice. You're being taught how to be more structured, even bossy, I would say, in some cases. When you go like that and you're like, this is exactly what I meant to say. So very assertive. I'd say assertiveness, knowing almost like you, and I think it's been the past maybe half year that you've been taught how to be more assertive when it comes to what it is that you want. And you have really good leadership skills, I'm seeing here. And it more so, it seems like this is coming out of you. Not shining away from the spotlight. That's something that you're being taught, this saying, but it's going to be a bit of a journey, because everything is a bit of a journey, right? How can I not shy away from the spotlight? I know I have power. I'm going to use that power where I need that. Strength and structure. Okay, wow, okay. What you're being taught to let go of right now, or not to pay attention to. You're being taught how to be assertive when it comes to choices. I know exactly what I need to choose. Yeah, this is saying do not be overly. Pay attention to, who you feel love towards to, and how much love are you getting back. Do not overly give. I don't know why this is coming through, but it might be relating to a specific person here. There's no need to overly give, this is saying, right? Right now, you are being encouraged to step into your masculine energy a bit. Sorry, we got cut off for the first time. What masculine energy does, masculine energy focuses on that, again, objectiveness, logical way of being, and action. Like thinking, hey, what it is that I want? And what do I need to do in order to get there? Why am I feeling such way? Is that something that is just coming up to be healed, or am I gonna stay in that position? Like always finding a solution. So right now, you are being kind of navigated towards that masculinity of yours. Because it's very interesting, because when it comes to the what not to overly focus on, we have the Ten of Cups, which is, overflowing love. Like, this is a good thing, but I don't know, it's coming for you in a position what not to do, right? What not to focus on as of right now. And maybe you're gonna recognize why this is coming through. Is this connected to a specific person, or you have seen patterns in life in general where you used to overgive? I kind of want to dive deeper into this a bit. I'm going to pull from the Magic of You Oracle. What energy are you going to be stepping into? You see that? All right. We have Serendipity card, which is talking about merging with the flow. Now, this is quite a new deck for me still. I always turn to book because I feel like I don't do it justice enough. But for you, again, that Serendipity card for me, it's, do you remember how I said in the beginning, kind of trusting where you're headed towards to and where you're at right now. So that is giving me those kinds of vibes. Where you're going to be headed towards to in the future. What kind of energy? Gonna run through quickly. Yeah, that's exactly it. It says, be aware of the opportunities are lining up, that opportunities are lining up around you. Merge into the flow of life. And it reminds me of that card where I showed you that the person was held in the water. Maybe the unbeknownst, I don't know, maybe there is a mistake. To you, you are perfectly poised for opportunity right now. Trust your efforts and recognize the signs of serendipity occurring around you. This means you are where you are meant to be, doing what you are meant to be doing. Be conscious of follow up and follow through. Good fortune forms around you. The gale of serendipity emerges into the leaves of life, and they welcome her into their nourishing and lush embrace. Like them, she is growing in abundance and opportunity. Fresh potential awakens. Yeah, and what flashed into my eyes was the Ace of Cups in the beginning. Everything happens in its right time and place, exactly as it is meant to be. Maybe you felt at one point that you were a little bit out of place, or you felt like you didn't know how to deal with certain energies. So if you did, this is almost like easing you down, saying, hey, it's fine, you're exactly where you need to be, and so you will be in the future. So maybe before you didn't as trust making decisions in your life as much, and now suddenly things have been changing for you and you're like, whoa, this is different energy completely. Because I think that what you recognized specifically throughout this year, maybe it started at the end of the last year, where you started thinking about different things. You're like, okay, look, energies are shifting, and it's like you're a bit of a different person. That's the way you feel to me. Specifically how you used to be 2 years ago and how you now, very different energies. So let's get into the clues of your life path. What kind of relationship your life path has with what kind of energy? Because I want to look at what keywords, just hints to give you. Because life path is all about uncovering it ourselves, but I want to give you a bit of direction in here. Funny story, when I went to my own fortune teller years ago, I was still studying architecture. I've asked her about my career. So she looked at the cards and she said, the only thing I can tell you, you're gonna do things that that your brain cannot process right now. And she didn't tell me anything else. And it wouldn't have made sense at that time. I would have been like, you crazy? I'm gonna be sitting here doing a reading for Nicci. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Give us clues about your life path, please. What is it connected to? What is it connected to? What is it connected to, please? It's interesting because we have one card coming up. I saw a vision of a slightly pink flower when I started this reading for you. It felt very peaceful. Clues to life path. Alright, how are you going to be feeling energetically once you are on your life path? I'm going to pull quite a bit of cards, so be patient with me here. How are you going to be feeling once you're on your life path? Energetically? Alright. How are you going to be feeling once you're on your life path? Yeah, this is strong. This is strong. I like that quite a lot. How are you going to be feeling energetically once you're on your life path? I must say you are already remembering bits and pieces of what it is that you are capable of, and almost like uncovering a lot of things that is not about the 3D world. And little by little is going to take you where you have to be. Remember, it's not that you're not in the right place. We're always in the right place, regardless of where we're at. It's about knowing that is the journey, it's not the end goal. Life path doesn't, you don't wake up one day and say, hey, I'm going to do tarot, it happens throughout time. So for example, you work in a job that is not completely fulfilling. After work you tend to, you know, research about esoterics or spirituality, and this is just something that you love doing. You don't have a massive plan, I'm going to turn it into business, right? It doesn't come like that. It comes in small urges, what your soul is happy doing. So pay attention to those little things that you are very interested in and it makes you happy, as well as somehow uncovers some of your abilities and you understand yourself better through that some kind of creation, whatever that would be for you, right? How are you going to be feeling once you're on your life path? Changes, okay. Now I want to pull from the steampunk deck. How are you going to be feeling once you're on your life path? You also told me a story. I want to kind of put it together here. You talked about your twin. Now, I don't like those labels because it keeps people stuck for years and years because someone have told them that it's a twin flame, and I don't want to add to that. So I believe in soulmates. Too many people are stuck with people, in some cases they don't even know, and that's why. So you said you met your twin flame 6 years ago. He lives in Sweden. Did not see him again until last year. Meet and sent into awakening. This is completely normal. When it comes to very strong soul connections, I've had it many times myself, and it doesn't have to be only one person. You meet a person that has a very significant vibe about them that triggers something in you, and it almost, I call them very strong and powerful passengers in our life, and you get inspired in order to change things around, or your energy vibe starts changing completely and you're like, whoa, you know. Since I have gotten a divorce, now I live alone and dove deep into my spiritual growth. Okay, all right, what do you need to know about this connection? Yep. All right, let's dig into the woman's angel as well. All right. Yeah, I told you that's a soulmate. Hey, here you go. And it's not only one person in the world. Just remember that. I don't want you to be one of those people who get stuck, you know. Let's see your story. Okay, let's see your story. Yeah, I see you want to reconcile with this person. I don't know if you thought about taking a trip to them already, or this has happened that I'm seeing someone either traveling or going to visit a specific place in order to reconcile. Yeah, I think you're thinking about meeting this person again, and it's somehow connected to a trip of some sort. I think you're gonna meet again with this person. I want to put these cards back. I just wanted to check on both of your energies. I don't think you've given me this person's name, but whoever this is, this person is feeling this connection as well as you are. Let's see. What do you need to know about the future of this connection taken from current energies? What do you need to know about the future of this connection taken from current energies? What do you need to know about the future of this connection based on current energies? What do you need to know about the future of this connection based on current energies? What do you need to know? Based on current energies. There's a bit of a story here when it comes to the future. It's starting with, it's almost like a bit of a journey here. It's up to you if you want to take this journey, you know, and you want to go and explore this connection. Yeah, what did I say? And explore this connection. I'm pulling give your relationship a chance. It seems like what's going to happen, it's more so like there's going to be a time and place where you're going to be taking back control of your life. What I mean by that, you're going to do things that are good for you. Almost like in this card here, if you see that unicorn is in a cage almost, you know, a fence is around him, and he's like, I've been enclosed in this space for too long. Where did I leave my power? You know, why am I closed? Why do I feel like that? So you're gonna be going through this transition almost like, I'm gonna do what is best for me, you know, again, very self in a good way. And there's a bit of forgiving and learning happening here in the future as well. It seems like one of you guys is maybe somehow not as emotionally ready, or maybe there are some fears when it comes to this connection. And in order for this to happen, both of you have to put enough effort. That is when this connection can actually bloom. And both of you are going to have to be on the same page, because we have a couple of cards talking about it, you know. If you want to make this happen, both of you have to put in the work, right? And let go of any control issues, you know, maybe multi-managing, you know, how this is going to pan out. And you're going to both have to allow this to unfold naturally, you know. The control or maybe the plan or over controlling how you want things to be, it's not going to be helpful. It almost like seems to me it's teaching you patience as well as putting yourself first, because we have that free yourself card, and next to it we have very soon. So maybe that's something that has happened already. Yeah, because otherwise, you know, if it sits right next to the let go of control issues, if you know, people can feel sometimes when someone feels that they need that person, right? And there's a difference to needing and wanting. And when there is a need, that's when it can act as being pushed back, you know, pushed back. Unrequited love came through here. Even though you do have the soul connection here, same applies for soul connections, right? If someone is coming from the need, not the want, that is when things become a bit stagnant, this is saying. Okay, once that's done and dealt with, what can you expect from this connection in the future? What can you expect from this connection in the future? Yeah, I'm seeing you spending quite a lot of time having fun. So I would think that you would have a meeting with one another again in the future. And I'm seeing it, yeah, we have separation, but then again, you have to separate, you see? So how to make it happen if you really want this connection, it's for both of you to put in the same amount of work. This saying, approach it from the mature way, you know, like what needs a relationship, what is needed for a relationship to happen, you know? What sacrifices do I have to make? Because otherwise, you know, even if I'm seeing you maybe talking about leveling up the connection, or talking about the marriage, someone's marriage, but then again, you have fun. Yeah, you have fun over here. You talk about marriage, you have fun, and then I'm seeing separation, right? Again, so what is needed in order for this to work and the separation to go away? What needs to be worked on? Yeah, it seems like you might not know each other on the same on a level that you should just yet. So there should be a time of truly allowing each other to express yourselves, maybe very personally, or saying, hey, being very honest with one another. That's where I come from, in order to deepen the bond. And from there then on, you're going to have to truly, both of you, decide if you want to put an effort in this connection, right? Because you both feel this connection, but you know, feeling and doing things, there are two different things, right? And it shouldn't be keeping one of you guys, you know, stuck, or you giving your power to someone, because sometimes connections like that might keep you stuck in your life, because you keep thinking about the same thing and you're not progressing like you should. But more so overall, it's saying, hey, if you wanna continue this connection, something has to be talked about, but like on a mature level, right? On a mature level. It's not about pushing people. It's about a very honest conversation. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing here. Let me pull one card from the Animal Tarot deck as advice for you. What is the advice here, please? Again, a straightforward talk. Look, it says, all your life experiences have prepared you for this moment of truth. It's time to declutter your home, clear away situations that are not working for you anymore, and disengage from people who create more drama than happiness. That came through as an advice. So however you want to take it, but the Queen of Swords is the queen that speaks to you as it is. She's like, not sugarcoating, that's what I have to say, you know? She's self-sufficient, she's independent, she knows how to express herself. That's the advice card for you. Now, let me continue drawing cards for you when it comes to the life path. I think this reading might take a bit longer than usual, because we had to include the love part. All right, your life path. Together with your life path, what I'm seeing, you're gonna be doing some kind of research or deepening your knowledge in one aspect, and that has to do with either how can I make my body feel better. You're gonna become a bit more maybe energetically sensitive around that time, but you're reading something, you're researching something, you're like, I need to dive into this, you know. And it has a connection with spirituality, I must say. It feels quite esoteric to me, but on a bit of a different level, because what your life path is connected to, I'm seeing again, somehow making one's body feel better, and you're gonna spread a message of some sorts, because I'm looking at your throat chakra. So you'd be speaking about something, sharing information that you are aware of, in order maybe to, would it be help other people? in your life path, I must say, once you're gonna be like fully into it, there's gonna be a lot of soul connections coming in, and it's gonna come through as friends, new people, friends from I'm seeing even, you know, abroad, connecting with people who are a bit different, but you have a strong soul connection. What you're gonna be doing, I'm seeing here, you somehow helping those who are not as in a good place as you are at that moment, you know, almost like taking someone's hand metaphorically and helping them out. Around that time, you're going to be quite busy, I must say, so you either might be working in a job and you might be doing something on a side as well, but overall, you're spending quite a lot of time socializing, I'm seeing. Friends are very important, as well as soul connections. So a lot of, almost like, you know, when you're on your life path, this is what it's talking about. Literally, your tribe starts coming in, and you have the best connections ever here. Look, Hagar. Right, so we have the Two of Cups, and it's all about soul connections for me, this card. You have the Ten of Cups, emotionally just very content, as well as the Three of Cups, right? Enjoying time with the people that you love. And it's going to bring you more and more people. And one of those connections is going to be a male. I'm seeing a male image somehow being influential here. Whoever this male is, they're quite charismatic, and they probably like to explore or travel, because I'm seeing this fast-paced energy here. All right, your life path. Again, that Queen of Swords is coming up here. In your life path, there's quite a lot of blue that I'm paying attention to here, even before. This is throat chakra. You're going to feel a bit more sensitive energetically to things around you. You might be sensing other people's energies. And I'm seeing a connection to plants. I don't know what it is exactly. You might find out in the future, a bit later on. But there is a connection to plants. You're gonna be disengaging from anything that is not for you. A bit like I told you about, right? Decluttering home, disengaging from certain people. What is bringing me happiness? What is bringing me like what feels uncertain to me? You're gonna be taking care of yourself very much. Sorry, we got cut off again. Okay. Anything else about your life path, please? Advice. Give me advice for you right now connected to life path. Again, independence is coming through. Right now, the best thing for you to do, it's kind of referring to that Queen of Swords too, where you are your own person. Why? Because in the Ten of Swords, they're all about the endings, right? In this case, how I like to see this dog, see, no one is holding this dog's leash. This dog can care for himself. He's like, I'm taking myself for a walk. I don't need no one to walk me, right? So that's what kind of energy you are being asked to be about, to be in once you are. I think it's for you, referring to the next 3 months. This is not about far future. This is for you currently, around those 3 months, right? So what is feeling like it's giving me, what feels like it's giving me, you know, mixed joy and sadness kind of vibe, you know, I'm not sure where I stand. I'm going to clarify that. And it's saying be ready for a change. Okay. What's your ending? What are you ending? Interesting. I don't know what it means in your situation exactly, but it goes, I am no longer, it sounds like that, I am no longer overly patient, I'm no longer waiting, and it has a connection with someone who might have a very old soul or who is older than you. someone who gives very good advice. That's what kind of person I'm seeing here. But maybe like it's giving me mixed feelings here. Maybe you, that person, you know, who tends to do that, you know, being that helpful person for others. I'm no longer doing that. You're no longer waiting around. And I don't know why, but he's just saying I'm no longer patient, right? And I'm no longer waiting around. Like this guy, if you look at him in the Two of Wands here, waiting for something to happen, right? I'm not waiting anymore. Something has taken too long, I'm hearing. Something that was that I didn't know what it meant, or I didn't know how to go about it. Something that was a bit mysterious to me that I couldn't get a grasp of it. Yeah. It's saying don't be afraid of tower moments, and I don't think you are anymore. Tower moments are about restructuring the way you want to see your family life, and I think it's coming through more so like a pat on the back, saying whatever is not for you, you know, acknowledge that, rebuild. It's fine. And from then on, know what it is that you want. Like, how has this changed the whole vision of what kind of family you want, what kind of partner you want, right? What kind of partner you want. So somehow this has quite a close connection for you right now, you know, when it comes to where you're going to be in the future. And let's look at your energy cards. But overall, when it comes to life path, there is a bit of esoterics. You know, there's a bit of spirituality. There is quite a lot about throat chakra and something to do with one's body. You're gonna be digging deeper. Once you are on your path, you're gonna see the unseen. Almost like I know something without really knowing where it's coming from. Where I can't base my knowledge on something, I just know it deep in my core. I think you're gonna go for one more change, because we have align your life card. Every time I pull this card, around the time when you're gonna be on your path, things will be changing again, but this is for the better. This is for the better. You're very analytical throughout that time. It's like, what other changes can I make? Rediscovering your power, that's how I would put it, you know, truly. Your life path feels emotionally, for me, very harmonious. You're gonna feel very balanced. And again, some kind of education will take place. I'm not saying you're gonna be going to uni. I'm also saying like you are researching or learning something, deepening your knowledge yourself. And whatever that is, it makes you feel good. It almost like fulfills your heart space, if that makes sense. Around that time, you'll also become a bit more sensitive to other others. I can't speak. Throat, others' energies. Let's talk about our remember card. So now, when I'm going to be reading this out for you, this is saying that's what kind of energy you will be in, right? This is about future more so. Once you will be diving into this path of yours. Deeper. Okay, I remember. Where is it? It says, there was a moment before you were born when you chose the conditions of life you are living right now. When you plotted out these exact moments along the timeline of your life. Now, what this tells me straight away, that in the future, you're going to be almost like, you know, like you'll watch back a movie and you're like, this is my life. Oh God, you know, this means that, why I had to leave this, why I had to take on this job, why I had to leave this relationship, etc., etc., why I had to meet this person. So almost like you're rewatching it and you're like, oh my God, I know the deeper meaning of this. And then it says, we live in the world of free will, and therefore these moments become our destiny only through saying yes. The fated life is the one we're born into. The destiny life is the one our soul chooses, and it takes courage and faith. If you pull this card, it's because you are likely now face to face with a choice to follow the destiny life over the fated life. Again, referring to the future, right? There's going to be a decision you will be making. And with life path, that's what happens. When you are choosing something over something else, and it might be a bit like fearful because you're so used to doing what you know, where when it comes to life path, you're like, oh, okay, this is something that drives me, but I don't see how that's going to pan out in the long term. And I think maybe that's why I saw you juggling in the future. I saw you quite busy. You might be maybe working in one job or doing something that pays the bills, and maybe starting off doing something on a side. Would it be, you know, learning after work? Would it be research of some sort? Whatever it is. But I'm seeing you kind of juggling two things. It says to trust your path, to trust the path your soul is calling you toward, and to remember that this moment was prearranged on your life's timeline. You may find yourself at crossroads, at a moment when you are being called to make a decision to keep walking the perfectly laid out path before you or choose the one less traveled. It's exactly what I just said, right? You may be facing a change of career, a new relationship, a difficult decision, or something else that requires courage and faith. You are being invited to remember your soul's greater plan and to surrender to it. When you are confronted with a path that's undefined, it's normal for doubt to rear its head. In fact, this is a certain sign that you are facing your soul's greater plan. Every hero in his or her journey comes eye to eye with doubt. The only way around it is through it. It's all part of the larger plan. Yeah, and I think that's why we pulled Align Your Life right next to that soul card, right? Where you remember what it is that you want to do, what it is that you have discovered. And next to it, we have almost like I see like a puzzle, you know, where you have a puzzle and you're like, let me put it together. I'm going to hang it on the wall. You know, that's the Align Your Life card for me every time I see it. What is not aligned with me anymore, and what do I need to change? Okay, let me see if there's anything else that I want to cover. I want to pull a couple of cards from the Keeper deck for you, just, you know, right now as a bit of a guidance. What to focus on right now? What would be good for you to focus on right now? I'm going to tune into your higher self. What your higher self wants you to focus on right now, please. What area of your life? What area of your life does your higher self want you to focus on? This whole reading is very synchronistic, I must say. What area of your life does your future self want you to leave behind or not overly focus on right now? What area of your life not to overly focus? Again, what's coming through when caring for others, do not forget yourself, especially those who are younger or not as experienced as you. That's what's coming through here. What area of your life not to overly focus on right now? Yeah, if you tend to, you know, it's a good trait, you know, to teach people. But it's saying pay attention to, you know, how much you are giving of yourself. It's not bad sometimes to, you know, do some things and keep something for yourself. What area of your life does your higher self want you to focus on right now? Yeah, again, love is coming through here, as well as change and expectation. So everything really is summing up here what we talked about, right? The heart space, as well as don't be afraid of change here. And what expectations do you have for yourself in the future? I think a lot of things that you're doing already, and this is almost like a confirmation for you. So I hope that this reading has made sense and it has provided clarity. That's my main mission, and I'm going to send it to you ASAP. Bye for now.